This video is part 3 of a series of college and career readiness resources available on the websites of the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. In this video, we'll cover where you can find your school's performance to 3 academic milestones: high school ready, which is passing all grade 9 courses; middle school ready, which is proficient or higher on the language arts and math state assessments; and reading by the end of 3rd grade, which is proficiency or higher on the ELA state assessment. These milestones were selected because they're meaningful to educators throughout the K-12 trajectory, and they build on each other. Students who meet them are more likely to graduate high school than students who do not meet them. You may want to look at these for all students or for select groups of students. School and district results for the 3rd and 6th grade milestones come from state assessment data, which can be found on Profiles, the DART, and in Edwin. And the 9th grade milestones can be found on the Success After High School DART. See Part 1 in this video series to learn where to find these resources. Let's look at state assessment data available on Profiles. We'll use the 3rd grade English Language Arts assessment scores to understand how many students are reading by the end of 3rd grade. And we'll use the 6th grade English Language Arts and Math scores to understand how many students are middle school ready or proficient in both of these subjects. From the Profiles page for your district, find state assessment data on the left. You can also find it from the Statewide Reports link. Select Statewide Reports, Assessment and Accountability, then select MCAS achievement results. You may choose to see results by district or by school. Select the year for which you're interested in data, the grade, and the subgroups of students. Then select View Report. Here you'll see the percentage of students that have fallen into each achievement level, by school or by district. We're interested in the percentage of students who are proficient and advanced. Note that in spring 2016, statewide achievement results were not reported because most students in Massachusetts participated in the PARCC test. Similarly, we can examine PARCC achievement data for any school or district. We can select school or district level detail, and again, choose a student group, the year, and a grade and subject. Once you've made your choices, select View Report. Zoom into a particular school or district by selecting the hyperlink, and then examine all the grades and subjects in that school or district. In this case, we're interested in the percentage of students in achievement levels 4 and 5. Next, let's look at the 9th grade milestone on the Success After High School DART. On the tabs called High School Indicators and Program of Study, we have several resources that show what percentage of students are on track for high school graduation. We'll look at one in particular. On the Program of Study tab, scroll to the second chart and table called Percentage of 9th grade students passing all courses. This is our metric for high school ready. Here you'll see the percentage of 9th grade students who passed all of their courses for each of the past several years. Select More about this data for additional context. Assessment data can also be found in Edwin Analytics. You can view videos found here for more information. You can use these resources to find the rates of academic success for your school or district overall, as well as for student population groups of interest in your school or district. You may also want to look at the graduation rates and dropout rates for your school or district, covered in Part 2, or how high school graduates are doing in post-secondary education, which is covered in Part 4. You may also be interested in understanding your students' risk of graduating from high school, or their risks of post-secondary success, which is covered in Part 5. Stay tuned for other videos of how to use the college and career readiness resources available on the websites of the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education.